Alright, so we're going to continue jamming the Skred red as soon as my opponent rolls. Hey, I'm on the play. I think that's the first time all day that we've got that, so see how that goes. Just getting kind of used to it. I might have chose to draw. Alright, decent hand. We've got 3 mana, 2 Koths. Koth tends to die a lot, so having doubles is not the worst thing in the world. And then we've got a Bolt. We don't have a turn 2 play, so playing the Relic first seems just fine. And then we can save for the Lightning Bolt after the fact, and we'll actually have choices on his turn 2. I really like the Kher Keep in here as a turn 3, like, just, you know, surprise blocker out of nowhere that we can throw in front when we're going to play a 4-mana Planeswalker the next turn, because we need to protect him. So we got Serum Visions. Just about every blue deck plays that, so it doesn't really give us a whole lot of information, but playing more of a control-y deck than we have been lately. A lot of green and a lot of black creature decks have come about. Now when I play in paper, I always like to take a little die or something to put on top of my deck to remind me to activate my relic before I draw the card, because even if you think it seems insignificant, it's definitely worth having control of their graveyard when they're going to be playing Snapcaster. So if you're going to be removing lands early on, you're going to limit their choices for Snapcaster later, and limit their choices for cards they can remove with the relic later, more importantly. So the other upside of Kher Keep is that we do run a Batterskull in the deck, and if we lose our 0/0 Germ token, we can put the Batterskull on the Cobble tokens. And that's really the only way that that thing's going to get to attack, but it does seem to be worthwhile in some cases. Alright, now we are on to Cobbletown. I think it's funny that these tokens have a name. Cobbles of Kher Keep. Just about every other card says to put an insect token or a cobble token into play, but these ones actually are named the Cobbles of Kher Keep. Don't understand why that's necessary, but it is. Alright. 3 mana untapped. I'm scared. Scrying Sheets. We are not going to just jam in the Koth this turn. Great thing is we've got enough we can do with our lands that the control player can't even interact with, that we can pass turns until we really got a good opportunity to play something. Okay, so Scrying Sheets I think is the way to go this time. And we got a land. One, two, three, four, 5. So we can hope to just get up to 8 mana and play 2 Planeswalkers, and hope that the answers he has are not efficient enough to deal with them. So we'll get rid of that at the end of the turn here too. I mentioned in a previous video, it seems like an odd play to be so proactive about removing that land, but when I have total control, I want to maintain that control, and if he's got 2 cards in the yard, he's got a choice of which one he's going to remove. So even if there's something that I would rather have removed from the game, I feel better about not giving him that option. Okay, Relic. So now we can activate both Kobolds and the Scrying Sheets. Or we can play another Relic. I think that's what we want to do. Just to see if we can draw out a counter spell if he really, really hates Relic. Just wish I could be attacking with my 0/1. I suppose I could. Okay, so we're almost to Mana Leak Protection on the Koth, so we could possibly draw out 2 counter spells with that one. Of course, he's got Cryptic Mana up. Got a Roast ready for his Tasigur. As well as a bunch of chump blockers. Okay, what's going on? Getting lucky with these scries. Not complaining about that. Blood Moon. That's something that's going to need to be countered. Now, we are in a position where we can play some spells. What's more important to us? Is it the Blood Moon or is it the Koth? I think it's probably the Koth. In fact, the Blood Moon deters us a little bit because of the Scrying Sheets. What he loses to the Blood Moon is black, and he's also down to 2 red sources or 2 blue sources. Let's go for it. Oops. Not what I wanted to do. I think he almost has to counter that at this point. Now either Remand or Mana Leak are both totally fine because I can either recast or pay the 3 penalty. Cryptic Command, on the other hand, is a little more final. What's the alternative? Draw? So I think my Koth is getting in there. Not upset about that at all. Alright, now here's where this comes in handy because I was so on top of my Relic exiles, I can get that Cryptic out of the yard, keep him off his Snapcaster. Koth ultimates in just 2 turns, which is wonderful because that pretty much is GG versus the control player. Okay. Now I'm thinking he's probably got bolts though. So unless he has 2 bolts, we're okay for a few turns to just kind of beat in with the 4/4. But he will keep me off the ultimate, for 2 turns from now. Full grip though, 7 cards over there. I've got a virtual 6 with my 2 relics that I can sack. maybe 6.5 with my Scrying Sheets. Not sure if that really counts. Sure, there's some kind of complicated formula we can do to assess the card advantage you get from a Scrying Sheets. Oh, it's big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. This is Wurmcoil Engine. Okay, so we've got one of each now. Kolaghan's coming in. Uh-huh. So you have 2 Kolaghan's commands to kill my Koth. 2 on you, redirect to Koth and discard. Okay, so we're going to get rid of a mountain. And we're bringing Koth down to 2. It's the other 3, 4. Yep, okay. That's what I thought. Not the worst thing. Now the question is, what do we want to discard though? Roast gets Tasker. I think we need to deal with Tasker. Okay, before we forget, we're gonna exile. And interestingly, we drew a Wurmcoil Engine. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. We can play both the Koth and the Wurmcoil Engine, but we're putting the Koth at 1, which is terrifying. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. It's worthwhile though. It really is. And now we're in good shape because we can Relic and draw if we need to. Shouldn't need to. Even Kolaghan's command wouldn't be the worst thing. Grixis plays Terminate, which can hit Wurmcoil. Sometimes they've got Go for the Throat. I don't think that can hit Wurmcoil. I think it's non-artifact, if I remember correctly. But the fact that he spits out 2 babies is enough for me not to be concerned about that. There's really not a whole lot that they can do. Okay. Cool. Playing this first main phase so that I can untap a land with Koth. There's really no downside to doing that way. Add green. Make a 4/4. Start combat. Cryptic. Thinking that maybe tap and draw, huh? Okay. Interesting. Oh, and my Kobold. Alright. Let's get rid of the Cryptic. And we will pass. Interestingly, he did not bounce. That tells me something about his hand. Because if he bounced, I can recast any one of those spells. My Planeswalker would get more counters on him. And the Wurmcoil, I could just play plain out play. If he had Remand, if he had Mana Leak, I'm sure that would be the mode he chose. because that card advantage of the Wurmcoil in play versus an extra card in his hand is way more slanted in my favor. Okay, we got a Creeping Tar Pit. It's worth paying attention to. That thing will trade with one of the worm babies. Definitely be going to time with this particular matchup, so game 1 is really important for me, and then game 2 we can just kind of hope to play the long gaming and force turns in time. Of course, his deck has more explosive potential. If he gets out those Taskers and I just can't deal with them, we're in trouble. But playing cautiously and just playing a lot of removal, holding back for your removal in that game is I think the line we want to run. Okay, so he's still in the draw step. He's thinking it must be in main phase 1. People don't use the phases in Cockatrice very often. Okay. End of turn. We're going to scry. And it's a mountain. Happy day. And we are also going to activate Kobolds. And we are going to exile. Lots to do. Okay, really no reason to tap our mana here, so we're just gonna add green and animate, start combat. Another one. How many cryptics have we gone through so far? 2. This is the 3rd one. Okay. So these decks tend to play 2, so 3 is a little bit uncommon. Alright, tap all, return Wurmcoil. 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got enough to play Wurmcoil, but not enough to protect him from mana leak. Like I said, I don't expect another cryptic, but I would not be surprised to see mana leak. Has he played one of those yet? He hasn't. I tend to have remans. It's just not worth going in with him. No! Not my poor Koth. He was just almost out of range. Okay, he's gonna try to play a Snapcaster, and I think he's misplaying here. Unless his goal is to destroy one of my relics. So I want to do that first in case there's land on top, and there was. But now we are going to exile. And draw. Not really the worst situation for him because he doesn't end up with a creature on the board. Of course we can make another cobbled. Okay. Wurmcoil. Stick. Remand. Okay. Not too upset about that. The fun thing is we're not going to be taking damage from this Snapcaster anytime soon. I'm not afraid to lose cobbled babies. Now it's not safe. I'm going to bluff like I'm going to Scrying Sheets, but I'm not going to do it because I want to make sure that we don't get any Snapcaster shenanigans going on in response to me tapping out. Which could be Kolaghan's Command, Snapcaster Kolaghan's Command. Who knows if that's even a possibility, but it's worth considering. I'm so glad these decks don't have dig through time anymore. Let's see here. Do we take the 2? Do we block? I haven't taken any damage yet. I'll take 2. Ugin. It's bound to happen soon. Let's see here. So we've got lots of mana untapped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've even got enough to play Ugin and then protect him from mana leak. I don't think we need to do that yet. Let's play the Wurmcoil again. Yes, of course, response. Oh, good. Alright. Me? Okay, we're on the mill plan. Got my Chandra. That's sad. Another Thought Seize, or Thought Scour, and he resolves. Okay, it's all from me. Okay, end of turn. Let's scry. Oh, come on, I was just doing it to be polite. I really didn't think you had anything to do here. Batterskull, like that. Let's exile the Thought Scour. And let's let's go to my turn. Alright, what do I have to be concerned about here? 3, 4, 5. I could trade my Wurmcoil for a Lightning Bolt, a Snapcaster, and his Creeping Tar Pit. I don't think I'm too worried about that. It's probably going to take a Kolaghan's Command right now here. No, okay. 6. Yeah, terminate. Okay. Oops. All right. So he eats it. He didn't have a counterspell for me last turn. I think I'm going with Ugin. Boy. Alright. Deal him 2. Play land. And let's exile the terminate. And I'm done. Ugin really is like the end all be all. That card resolves. There are very few ways to get away from it. He takes up so fast with the +2 that 9 loyalty counters is really tough to beat down. I don't see the Grixis deck having any way of killing that right now. Alright, cool. Game 2. So what do we want? I think the Molten Rains are decent against Creeping Tar Pits and basically just keeping him off that 3rd blue source that he's going to need for Cryptics. Boil seems like a random blowout that's just going to scare the crap out of him. I'm going to get rid of my Volcanic Fallouts. They're too costly. They can't be countered, so they're a nice trick against the Tar Pits, but so are Lightning Bolt and Skred, unfortunately. Let's see here. Rending Volley seems okay. Killing the snaps. Almost. No, not better because we need to kill the Tassigers. What else do we need? I think we keep it like that. Now the Spellbomb seems okay. Oh. Alright. Cool. Well, there's game 1 of 1. Like I said, we would likely be going to time that was about a 40-minute match. So, playing slow. Let's see what our opening hand is like really quick. Too slow. Okay. Game 2, I don't know. I think it could go either way, but if we could draw the match out, I think we've got a lot of potential to just kind of stick in there, hang in there, and resource denial for maybe a quick steal of a game here. So, thanks for watching.